Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to use room database for Android and core data for iOS in React Native's new architecture without using a third-party library. So first of all I will show you guys the output, how it looks like. So I have just taken a text field at the top and there is this add item button at the besides it, and if you enter something inside the text field and click on add item, it gets added to the flat list, and beside that there is a delete button for each item as well. So if you click on the delete me button, it deletes it from the flat list as well. So yeah, that's it. So this will be the CRUD operation. I think update I'm not doing, but everything else I'm doing. So yeah, let's get started. So I have created a default React Native project. Inside, after that, to enable the new architecture, so for Android, just search for new arc enabled inside gradle.properties and make this as true. And for iOS, you have to cd to the iOS directory and then run this command. Then we have to go to turbo native modules. I have gone through this many a times, so I won't go each and every detail of it. So what you have to do is, first of all, create a folder called RTL MySQLite. You can name it anything, but be consistent with your naming everywhere. After that, create an Android folder. Inside that, create build.gradle, and I have copy pasted everything from the docs. The only change which I have done is that I have added apply plugin Kotlin Android because I want to use Kotlin, and we have to add this as well because I want to use KSP and not capped. So if you don't know what KSP and capped is, so if you want to use room database which is built on top of SQLite in Android, it requires either capped or KSP. The recommended way now is to use KSP. It is much more faster. It is kind of like an annotation processing thing. So yeah, that's what Android recommends, and capped is now deprecated. After that, I have changed this namespace, and here also I have added this Kotlin standard lib, and I have added room dependencies, okay, as well as this lifecycle dependency because I want to use coroutines. Next, create src folder. Inside that, main java RTL MySQLite. First you have to create app database.kt. So here this is our table name, okay. So if you have multiple tables, you can add them inside this array, comma separated, okay. So this is how you create a room database, and this is just VCS is just my table name, and we have to create a DAO for it, okay. Next, MySQLite module.kt. So I will come back to this file later. Then we have to create MySQLite package.kt. Again, this has been copied from the docs. Only thing changes this file name over appropriate lines, okay. So just change this file name. Next, we have to create a DAO file for room database. So I have created one for getting everything from the database, if you want to insert something, and if you want to delete something. So like this you can add multiple queries. So yeah, whatever you want you can add it over here. Then inside entity, I have just created a primary key which is an ID, and the other column which I have created is just title because I want to keep things simple. That's why I have not added many titles. So just this is a one title. Now we will come back to MySQLite module.kt. So most of these things are copy pasted from docs. Here we are getting our database object. This is a lifecycle reference for accessing coroutines. Here I have just created a mutable list because when we are getting all the items, what I am doing is I am clearing that list. Then this is how you get all the items from the room database, and once we get it, I am adding all the titles to our mutable list. Then I am doing a JSON stringify and sending it to React Native side. Similarly for save as well. So this is how we will get a title from React Native side, and we will just save it inside our database, and if it is successful, I am sending a true as a callback. Similarly for delete as well, I am first of all we are deleting via title. So I am first filtering, getting all the items from the list, then checking whether there is some item with this particular title. If yes, then we are filtering that item. and then we are passing that inside the delete method, and if that is successful, I am sending it as true, otherwise as false. And this is just a companion object which we require for same as the folder name. Next, inside JS, I have created, again copy pasted everything from docs, but I have created just these three files. Okay, so get all, we will get all the data, but we will send the data from native side to React Native side via string using JSON stringify. Okay, save, we will send some title from React Native side to native side, and if it is successful, we will get a boolean value, and same for delete item as well. And this name should be changed, rest everything else is same. Package.json, again copy pasted from docs, only this name has been changed, this has been changed, this has been changed, and this has been changed. Next, create a pod spec file, again copy pasted from docs, this has been changed in that set. Okay, once you do that, go to the main Android folder, go to build.gradle, first add this Kotlin version, as well as you have to add this class path and this class path as well. One more thing inside RTN MySQLite, I think I forgot to tell you guys, you have to add, okay, I already told this, right? So yeah, you have to add just this. Okay, and inside the build.gradle of main Android folder, add this class path as well for KSP. Next, inside app build.gradle, you have to add these two plugins, and as well as you have to add this Kotlin standard lib as well. Next, inside src main Android manifest, nothing, so Java inactivity, nothing over here as well. Okay, so I think that's it for Android. And next, what you have to do is open terminal, go to the root of your React Native project, then you have to run this command. Okay, once you do this, then you have to do cd ... that will kick you outside your React Native project, and then you have to run this command. The only change in this command is this should be your React Native project name. So here you can see it is my app for me, so whatever is your case, do that, write that, and this is our folder name. Once that is done, then cd to the main Android folder, so this Android folder, and I will show you what command you have to run. So you have to run this command, this will do Codegen for Android, and you have to also do Codegen for iOS. So cd to iOS directory after that and run this command, so this will create pods for your folder. Okay, so that's it for Android. So for iOS, just open iOS inside Xcode. Okay, and I have faced a lot of issues, like I am using Swift obviously, but previously I was facing a lot of issue with Swift. Then I again switched to Objective-C and was trying to do all that core data stuff in Objective-C, but that wasn't working. Again I switched back to Swift. Fortunately, I figured it out. So what you have to do is that, first of all, you have to go to your project, right click, new file. Okay, and you have to select this data model, click next. I already have it, and name it as core data test. Like, you can name it anything, but yeah. And inside this, after that, once you get this file, just click on this add entity button, and here you will see an entity. Just rename it as VCS. Like, you can name it whatever you want, but you should name it same whatever you have named it on the Android side. Otherwise you will have to write all if checks on what platform you are on. Okay, once you do that, here inside module you have to select current product module, and in Codegen you have to select class definition. Also make sure the name over here is VCS. After that, you have to click on this plus button, and it will add an attribute. Change the attribute name to string, and the type to change the attribute name to title, and the type to string. Once you do that, uncheck this optional checkbox. I think it is already selected, and I think that should be it. Then what you have to do is you have to create a Swift file. So create this mysqlite.swift file, and it will ask, do you want to create a bridging header? Click yes, and you have to add this inside your bridging header. Next, what you have to do is go to your app delegate .objective C++ file .mm file, and here you have to add all this code. Okay, but the only thing which you have to be careful, so whatever name you have written over, whatever name of the file of your core data is, so mine is core data test, same should be over here as well. So here you can see it is core data test, so same name should be over here as well. Rest you can just copy paste it. So this code actually you get it for free if you create a native iOS project and select the core data checkbox. You get all this data code for free. So I have just copy pasted that code from a native iOS project. So just copy paste it till here. Next, create is this header file. This has been copy pasted from docs. Only changes you have to add this. I don't think you have to require this. I was just trying to do it in Objective-C, that's why I have added this, but anyways you can add it. And the only thing changes, you have to add this RT and MySQLite. I don't think this is necessary as well, so you can ignore this as well. Like again, I was just doing it in Objective-C, that's why I added this. You have to change this, you have to change this. So the name you have to change, rest everything is copied from docs. Next, inside this file, so again this has been copied from docs. First is you have to add your header file. Next, whatever is your bridging header name, so mine is my app dash bridging dash header, right? So the first name is my app dash swift.h is common for all, because we need to add this because we want to use the Swift file. So again this has been copied from docs, only file name has been changed. Here we are initializing our Swift file. Again this has been copied from docs, only this name has been changed. So here you can see I was trying to do it via Objective-C as well, but it was, so here you can see Objective-C, here Objective-C, like here Objective, but it was like I'm not good at Objective-C and I don't want to use Objective-C. I want to use as less Objective-C as possible. But here you can see we have to override this delete item method, and here you can see I'm calling this Swift files delete with title method, and if it is successful I'm sending it as success, otherwise failure. Same for get all as well, we are calling the get all method from Swift file, and same for save as well. Okay, we are calling the save with title method. So yeah, now going back to the Swift file, first of all you have to import core data and UI kit, then extend ns object as well as this @Objective-C members, and this is the delete method which takes a title of string. And here you can see first we have to write this view context. So if you write this view context over here you will get an error. So that's the reason I was trying to do it in Objective-C, because I was not able to figure it out, but somehow finally thank God I figured it out. And this is how you get, first I'm fetching all the items, then I'm filtering those items with this particular title, and if it is found I'm deleting it from core data and then saving it back again. Similarly over get all as well, we are fetching everything from our core data and then just adding the title to our array, and here we are just stringifying it back, json.stringify of array. This is not required, like I was just trying it via other methods of stringify, so you can ignore this. And this is for the save method. So yeah, once we get a title we just need to do try context.save. And now how to use it. So what I have done is that I have just taken an text input, okay, and touchable opacity, and this is my flat list, okay, and this is the delete button over here. And here you can first import RT and MySQLite, and this is for my text input, and this is for the entire core data list or the room database list. And this is how you will add an item, this is how you will call the API, save API, and this is for delete item, and this is for getting all the items. So yeah, and in use effect I am calling get all items as well. So I think that should be it. Thank you for watching. Bye.